Everybody, this is Brittany, and I'm back with Jordan. And basically, we just want to talk about my pregnancy with her. Okay, so I was 16, and I was still in high school. I look crazy right now. I just want like wavy hair tomorrow. But anyway, so I was 16, and I met her dad, and so on and so forth happened, and I kind of felt like I was pregnant, but I wasn't sure. And then so this girl, I was talking to my best friend about it, and she was kind of listening into my conversation, and she was like, oh, well, I got a test. And I'm like, who cares, run a pregnancy test in their backpack? But, you know, hey, cool. So she was like, you can have it. And I was like, okay, thank you. So she gave me a pregnancy test in high school, and I went back and I took it, and it came back, it said not pregnant. So I was like, okay, cool. So a couple of weeks, months, I don't know, I was 9 weeks pregnant when I found out about Jordan. But anyway, so I guess this was like maybe 2 months later that I found out, but I kind of had a feeling that I was. And so I was sitting in my room, and my boyfriend was over, and I was like, look, I think I am, and I need help. I need to tell my mom. And so, he was scared, and he was like, well, do it when I'm gone. I was like, no. I was like, this is like a group effort. Like, you were involved too. Like, this is your kid. But anyway, so I was scared to tell my mom, so I wrote it in a letter and slid it under her bed. Or under her bed, yeah, anyway. Under her door. Yeah, thanks. Under her door, and next thing I know, like, she comes in with the letter in her hand, and she's pissed. And she is pissed the fuck off. And then she goes, I'm gonna go to the store, and I'm gonna get you a pregnancy test. So she walks out of my room, and my dad was like, what's going on? Now, she might be fucking knocked up. And I'm like, So they go, and they buy like 2 pregnancy tests. They come back, and I peed on them, and they both came up positive. And I was like, oh. So I go back to my room, and I told her dad, and he's excited. He's like, yay, baby. And then she comes back in my room, and she was like, I need to talk to you. So she pulled me aside, and she took me to my brother's room, and she like just started freaking out. Rightfully so, though. Like, I'd probably do the same thing. But she punched the wall and basically told me I was stupid, and you can't raise this baby, blah blah. Like, she was mad, and rightfully so. But anyway, so months went by, and I had to stay at my friend's house for like 3 weeks, because my parents were coping with the fact that I was pregnant, and obviously I would have to also. I wasn't allowed to see Jordan's dad for a while, and I get that. Like, they were mad. They were mad. And so anyway, well, like, they wanted to confirm that I was pregnant, so we went to this place called the Pregnancy Center, and they do tests, and my friend was with me, and he liked me, but he was like my ex, and I was like, well, whatever. But anyway, he went with me, and I took a pregnancy test, and they took me in the back, and they're talking to me, and they're like, well, if this test comes out positive, you know, let's bring, you know, whoever you're comfortable with in this room, and we can talk about it. So I'm sitting there waiting for my results. She comes in, she goes, it's positive, you're pregnant. And I was like, oh. And I mean, I kind of already knew because I took one at home, but you know, I guess just like making sure from a doctor that it, you know, it was positive. So I go back out, my mom looks at me and she goes, well, and I was like, I am. And she goes, like, she's mad. And so we all went to see my friend, and my mom went back there, and we were talking, and you know, but Jordan's dad was older than me, and he was 7 years older than me, so he was in his early 20s, and so when, like, my family was mad, and I loved him, but my friend, he was like, well, if he doesn't want to step up, then I'll sign the birth certificate and blah blah blah. And I was like, no, you won't. I was so in love with her dad. Like, we were like inseparable, and we even, like, months later, we were together like 3 years. And I don't know, I'm sorry this story is like all over the place. It just, you know, I'm trying to piece it all together, but as you can see, I kind of suck at telling stories. But honestly, this video does not promote teen pregnancy. I love my daughter to death. She now fell asleep. But just be safe. It is hard. It is so hard to be a teen mom. It's not like you see on TV. Definitely get protection. Talk to your parents. You know, and not, like, even if you aren't comfortable talking to your parents, talk to friends. Talk to, you know, just find someone to talk to, because it's not easy. And you know, even though you think, oh, I'm ready, no one's ever really ready, especially a child, wanting to have a child. Just be careful. Don't do that. Stay in school. Think about your homework. I know it sounds lame, but you'll definitely appreciate it later on down the road. Like, your education's way more important than boys. I wish I had someone to tell me that when I was younger. Because at 17 or even 16, you're in this selfish state of mind that you're still selfish, you know, and you need to put, I feel like at that point, you know, you need to put your schooling and you first. Do not do this. Alright, I'm gonna stop rambling and get off here, but thanks for watching. Subscribe and like. Thank you.